What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Rashid. Today is episode 2 of Boxing for Beginners. Episode 1, we went over 3 punches in a combination. We went over number 1. Y'all remember what a 1 is? How about a 2? How about a 3? I'll refresh your memory. 1 is a jab, 2 is a right cross, 3 is a left hook. Now, if you're a left-handed fighter, it will all be reversed. 1 would be a right jab, 2 would be a left cross, 3 would be a right hook. All right. So today we're gonna go over a little bit of, I should have did this first, shadow boxing and a little bit of footwork. We're gonna get more in depth with footwork on a later date, not today, but we'll do a little bit of footwork. But today is basically shadow boxing. Shadow boxing, now I'm gonna tell y'all, the most important elements in building a foundation of boxing is not very exciting. You know, working on your jab, working on your footwork, working on shadow boxing. But it's very important. The fundamentals have got to be intact. You got to have a solid foundation, okay? Now, shadow boxing is something that you should do every day. When you're throwing punches all the time, you do develop muscle memory. Your body starts to naturally want to go in certain places because you're doing it all the time. That way, when you're in combat, it's normal for you, right? So the first thing you got to do is visualize you doing the movements perfectly. Now, people say practice makes perfect. I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Practice does not make perfect, because if you're practicing the wrong way, you're gonna develop bad habits. And that can be kind of costly. So you want to practice the right way. So practice don't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And the most perfect way to practice with boxing, with any sport, is right here in the mind. Is visualizing yourself doing those movements perfectly. So yesterday we went over 1, 2, and 3, a jab, right cross, left hook. So you want to be doing those in your mind. Boom, boom, boom. Just thinking about it all the time. All right, so from there, you go to shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is something you should do every day. I would do no less than anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. You're gonna work up a nice sweat. It's some good cardio. And also you're just working on throwing those punches perfectly, you know, just getting used to just moving nonstop, you know. Shadow boxing is something that's been around since the beginning of boxing. It would always be there. It is one of the most fundamental elements and components to boxing, all right? As a beginner, you want to do all of the necessary things in the beginning and get used to doing them. That way, you know, as you start developing, you're just building, laying down bricks, you know, and you're just building them one by one. Every day you learn something new. All right, so we're gonna get into a little bit of shadow boxing right now. You dig? You ready? You down? Let's do this shit. So first and foremost, we're gonna do a little bit of footwork, all right? So I'm gonna back up here. All right, so your lead, if you're right-handed, once again, you're gonna lead with your left. And if you're a southpaw, what we call a left-hander, you lead with your right. So I'm right-handed, orthodox, so I'm gonna be right here, okay? So check it out. So nice soft knees. Now, it's better to have your feet nice and wide. If you ever see like a cat or a dog and they feel threatened, what do? They bow, they get low, bow, and their leg or their paws go nice and wide. Why do they do that? Because you can't push them over. They're nice and stable, nice and sturdy. So it's the same kind of concept, all right? So you wanna, boom. So right here, I have a good bounce. If I need to hook, you know, because all those power shots comes from the legs, all right? So I'm always on the ball of my foot back here. Now, when you're moving forward, whichever direction you're moving, that foot is gonna lift up off the floor. You never want both your feet off the floor at the same time. So that foot lift off the floor, the other foot will slide, okay? Now, I'm gonna show y'all there's gonna be times when that's not the case, but just for the basics, the fundamentals, this is how you gotta learn it right now, all right? So I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna move forward, throwing a jab. So my fist and my foot has to coincide together, all right? So here we go. As you can see, I lift up as I'm throwing that jab, and it moves the same time, that back foot slides, okay? Same principles apply when you're backing up. However, it gets a little tricky because this hand and this foot gotta coincide. But you gotta lift this foot, slide this foot. Whichever direction you're going, that's the foot you lift up. So moving back, I'm gonna lift up my back foot. See that? Let's do it again. I'm lifting up my front foot, moving back. Now you'll see how it looks without me throwing a punch. Boom, moving back. There, okay? So now, we're gonna move to the sides a little bit, all right? So moving this way, boom. I'm kind of jumping over, sliding this foot. Boom, back, same thing, okay? Now you get a little more advanced, a little more jazzy, you can kind of jump over, okay? Same thing, I wanna move faster, I'm gonna jump instead of slide, okay? I'm still keeping my body low to the ground, low center of gravity, all right? Now, if my opponent is trying to move back away from me and I wanna cut the ring off or I wanna stay on top of him, I'm not gonna slow down. I wanna get up on that ass, you know what I mean? I wanna get out the way, I'm gonna back up like that. So, practice that a little bit and then you put it all together and you can do the combinations that I've shown you already. I'll do a little more because I get bored with just doing 3 punches. But if that's all you know how to do the right way, that's all you do when you're starting out. So I'm gonna shadow box, put it all together, and this is how you warm up. Shadow boxing outside of jump rope, it's another good way to warm up as well, your entire body, okay? Boom. So that's the demonstration in shadow boxing. Now, you can also, I've done this, a lot of people, some of your favorite professionals have done this. Literally stand in the mirror at home and shadow box in your bathroom or wherever there's a mirror. You don't gotta move around much. It's just moving your body a little bit, throwing punches, moving around, okay? Just wanna get comfortable doing it. Something you wanna do every day, all right? I'm up out of here. Much love.